Okay, a little bit of about how I got started with Beachbody. So I had just had my second child. We had moved to a new city. We didn't have any new moved to a new state even. We didn't have any family here near us, and you know we were excited about this new adventure for our family, but that came with a little bit of a toll also, just the realization that you didn't have a lot of the same help that you had there. um, I had a few health problems in that first few months that we had moved. Some of the reasons, or some of the things that had happened to me, I had had my gallbladder removed. I had started developing kidney stones, and that was kind of an ongoing thing. I had to have a couple surgeries to remove the stones because it was an ongoing problem. They weren't just going to pass on their own. And the problem was I had a pH imbalance in my body, and my body was creating these kidney stones. So, about that same time, I guess I had just let myself get really down about the whole situation, the health issues and the move, and postpartum stuff. I mean, you go through a lot of sleep deprivation and hormone changes and things like that. And I had kind of gotten to a point with my weight where I knew I was heavier than I wanted to be, but I had been telling myself that that's just how I was meant to be, that I was meant to be a little bit more heavy set. And I cannot believe that I had justified it that way in my mind. I had let myself believe that it was okay to settle. Well, all of that took its toll on me, and I got to a point where I was not a happy person. I felt like it was making me not a good wife, not a good mother. I did not have the energy to want to go outside and play with my kids or roll around the floor and play with them. And combined with just kind of the emotional stress of moving to a new state, I just kind of detached a little bit. And it was really hard for me, I don't know, to find a little bit of happiness because I felt like I had a lot of things dragging me down. And it kind of came to a point where I realized this was something, my health was something I have control over, and it was something I could change if I wanted it bad enough. And around that same time, my husband had started Insanity, and I had kind of bucked at doing it because I don't like to work out. I was one of those people that I didn't like. I didn't like to get sweaty. I didn't like to get hot, and I felt like I wasn't good at it. So it was easier for me to just give up and not do it. Well, as a part of all of this emotional stress and everything else we were going through, we had been married about 8 or 9 years, and you always hear about like the 9 year itch, like with a marriage. I mean, we had kind of gotten to that point where our marriage had just kind of, I don't know, like not fizzled out, but I don't know, like something needed to change. Like we needed to reignite a spark somewhere, um, to just enjoy it a little bit more. I think we had kind of gotten into like the whole parenting routine, and we weren't going out on dates because we didn't have anybody to keep the kids, and we were so frugal or cheap, however you want to say it, that I couldn't justify paying a babysitter $10 an hour to keep both of my kids so we could go out. So we would try and do date nights in and stuff like that, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy every now and then being able to go out, especially as a mom. When you're a stay-at-home mom, it's good to get out of the house sometimes, especially when you have a little baby and you feel like you're stuck at home a lot. So that was always like a special treat for me, when we could get out, and we just weren't doing that. So we had kind of come to a point in our marriage where something needed to change, and we didn't really know what. We kind of felt like, well, we don't really have the money to pay for a babysitter routinely, like every week, or maybe even twice a month, or once a month would have been difficult. So we decided what we were going to do. I finally kind of gave in, I guess, and decided I would try Insanity. And I was terrified, but Chad and I agreed that we would do it together. Well, we did it. We did the whole 60 days of insanity. And like literally, I went from not working out for probably 3 or 4 years ever, like not a minute working out, no, not a minute of cardio, to we did this insanity program for the whole 60 days. And not only did it completely change, like, I lost about maybe 13 pounds. I still had a ways to go. I'll get into more about that in a minute. But not only did I see the physical changes, but it really made such a huge impact in our marriage. I don't know, and it kind of gives you a little bit more of that self confidence. And you want to feel confident around your spouse, and you want to feel attractive, and it kind of brought a little bit of that back. And so we got really good results with that. And at this time, we weren't coaching, but during the midst of that, we had decided to try Shakeology. And so we bought one bag, just a one-time purchase, and both of us started trying it. And it was awesome. We really liked the way it tasted. And so we decided to just kind of buy a bag as we could, and keep drinking it. Well, the weight really started coming off after that. We were working out again, and the weight started coming off even more. And like we realized, like that was our big problem, was nutrition. And Shakeology really helped fix that for us. So in the middle of all of that going on, in the middle of me finally getting on Shakeology consistently, I had been having the kidney stone issues and the pH imbalance. And I had gone back to my urologist for like a follow-up, like 3 months after the last visit, and they had done all this blood work on me. And the last time I went in, which by the way, it's not very fun to be the youngest person in a urology office. And I kind of went through that for a while. That wasn't a great feeling. But anyway, I went for this checkup, and they did another workup on me. I had been on Shakeology 2 or 3 months or so, and everything was normal. Everything had come back normal. I had actually passed a couple kidney stone fragments pain-free that were still left there from my last surgery, that they had told me that I probably would never pass, and I would probably just have to deal with them. Well, Shakeology Insanity helped with that. No issues there, but my pH imbalance was completely cleared up from Shakeology, because that was the only thing I had changed. So I was completely sold. I knew this was something that had incredible value. There was no way I was able to prepare or purchase an equally comparable healthy meal for $4 a meal. No way. I could not do it. So we sat down and looked at our grocery budget and figured out what we could cut out to be able to make this work. So that was kind of my beginning fitness journey with Beachbody. Now, as far as coaching, we had been getting 2 bags a month of Shakeology, and that's expensive. I mean, even if you're like, well, I mean, it's my food budget, it's still pricey. That was $260 a month that we were paying for this. And we were finding ways to cut other things out because we saw such value in Shakeology. We have seen the difference it has made for us. So we kind of toyed around with the idea of signing up to coach just for the discount, because at least we could get it just at the discount. Because the last thing I would ever be, and what I always said, is I'm not a salesperson, and I will not be a salesperson. I'm a self-proclaimed introvert. It is difficult for me to talk to people, especially people I don't know, and let alone be pushy about anything, because that's icky, and I don't want to be that way. And I went into it saying, we can sign up, but this is only for the discount. We're not going to start peddling products or anything like that. Well, the timing of it, right after we signed up, our upline suggested we get in the Coach Basics group that she was running, our upline sponsor. And so we did that, and it was such an incredible experience. I mean, I remember that first Zoom chat in Coach Basics. Like, one thing she had said was that she was going to have everybody say a little something, take turns saying something. And I wanted to crawl under my chair, because that is so far out of my comfort zone. And I was like, what do you mean we talk on the computer to people I don't know, about something I'm not really sure that I want to do. Um, but lo and behold, I did the assignments and I came out of my shell a little bit. I'm still an introvert. I still thrive on having a little bit of alone time to recharge sometimes. But anyway, it was just such an eye-opening experience. And through that, we had started running a challenge group, and it was kind of just friends and family just to kind of see how it goes. And we kind of had this aha moment within the first 2 or 3 weeks of coaching where I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting at the computer and Chad had walked in the room and we were kind of talking about the direction we wanted to take this because we had a challenge group going, but we didn't really know if it was going to be a long-term thing. And I remember we kind of looked at each other and said, what if just one person changed their life because of this? What if it positively impacted the life of just one person? Would it be worth it? And without question, both of us said yes, that would be worth it. And I mean, both of us kind of had people in mind, friends or family that we felt like, we knew they had some health issues. We would have loved to share this with them, and that would so make it worth it to do this. So we kind of started trucking along and just kind of seeing how it went. And it was like the dominoes just started falling. I mean, it was one after the other, and people were telling their friends, and it was so much positivity coming from not only our customers, our groups we were running, but the Coach Basics group and our upline team and our daily personal development and everything. It was just like everything skyrocketed. And we focused more on simply just helping people. Yeah, we all want to get sales. Yeah, we all want to get Success Club points. But we focus simply on helping people. And that's where the magic happened. I mean, we started, I don't know. I mean, I hate to even talk about the money because, I mean, people say it's not about the money. Well, it's a little bit about the money. But whatever you make in this is a direct reward of how many people you're helping. Well, we really started seeing the rewards off of this. And we had times where, we had bills that we could pay with our commission check. And then all of a sudden we could pay our mortgage with it. Our mortgage for doing something that we enjoyed doing and we love doing. We love sharing with other people, and it didn't feel like work. I mean, it took a little time to get into it, but it was this amazing experience. So my why has kind of evolved as far as coaching. Like, it went from just wanting the discount to I see the potential in this, and I see the value in the products, and I see what great things this company is doing, and I see the positivity from every person I've ever met that does this. And it has just affected me so strongly, and I see such potential that I see freedom. I see financial freedom. I see, freedom to be able to spend more time with my kids and us to be able to take more vacations. And, maybe one day my husband doesn't have to go into his full-time job anymore. Maybe we do this. I don't know. That's a dream. I always say dream big. You never know. But this business, Beachbody, has done so much for me. It's kind of cliche to say, oh, it saved my life. Well, it did kind of. It brought me from a place, out of a place physically that I didn't want to be. It brought me out of a place emotionally that I didn't want to be. It really probably did save my marriage. It impacted our marriage for the better in so many ways. It's made me a happier, healthier person. I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I'm a better friend. And it's just been a wonderful experience. And I want to pass all of this along to my kids. I want to pass along to them healthy habits. I want to pass along to them good time management skills. I want to pass along to them good relationship skills. I want to teach them to be, to have the skills to build relationships, to not be afraid to talk to people. And that doesn't mean you have to be, some awesome public speaker, because I'm so not. But it just overall has made me a better person. And my why is my family, because I want the best for them. I want the best for my kids and for their kids and for their kids. And I feel like I'm creating a legacy that I'm leaving for them. So I'm very thankful for Beachbody. Sorry to have made this so long, but that's my why, and I just want to share it.